Alright, so I just figured out that there's actually a melee class in Battlefront 2. Alright, if you combine the Specialist star cards Stealth, Brawler, and Trip Mine. Trip Mine isn't actually important, but these Stealth and Brawler are. Trip Mine just allows you to put little mines down if you're getting overwhelmed. Stealth means that you remain hidden from enemy scanners while firing your weapon and you deal increased melee damage. Brawler, when you defeat an enemy in melee combat, your abilities refresh and you gain a small amount of health. So this could be pretty good in multiplayer, but this is especially good when you're trying to beat Onslaught. Of course, I have pretty good settings on right now. It'll be harder if you're in any other thing, but like I said, this is the melee class. You regenerate 100 health every single time you defeat an opponent, and it only takes 2 shots to kill a single opponent. And this is because of your stealth attribute, which increases your melee damage, and because of Brawler, you gain 100 health every single time you kill an enemy, making it pretty effective to just defeat enemies using your melee attacks. You can see my health constantly flourishing up and down, up and down. You can also see several times where you can work your gun in there. And of course, this basically just means that you can non-stop attack, which is incredibly useful when your enemy is really close. Of course, you can still fulfill your role as a sniper, because, you know, you still have the sniper rifle. So, even if you did have this equipped, this star card combination, you don't really have to use it. And I just blew myself up with my own trip mine because I'm the best. But you can do a lot of stuff with this. And yeah. Now watch my gameplay, peasants. Okay, I just realized that if you shoot your trip mine and you're too close to it, bad things happen. Oh crap, now I can't mute. Yeah, I can. Notice how every single time I die, it's my own stupidity. Yeah. That's pretty much symbolizing how good this melee class is. Okay. Understand, I suck. Just generally. Because I am using modifiers. And not hacking modifiers, but yeah, you can see on the left. Precise minimap, fast ability recharge, double player health. And that's because this really shouldn't affect the tactic. There's no use of, like, quick star cards, except the trip mines, which, you know, they help, but you don't need them in order to pull this off. It's basically just spamming V. Or whatever you keybound your thing to. And of course, like I said, still fulfilling your role as a sniper, just you can hold your own in a melee fight. You also don't show up on enemy scanners, so it's useful for multiplayer. So you can flank your enemy, you can do all kinds of things. However, when you're on 61 health, there's not much you can do, because by the time you're in melee range, you're most likely dead. So yeah, there are drawbacks, but if you can get into a closed enough space, well then you can start basically becoming invincible. I'm sure that some people would capture a few great moments with this. Of course I won't, because I barely play multiplayer. I might actually do some right after this video. And I'm not a person who plays a specialist. There could be a better way to do this. But as far as I know, this is the best way that I have thought of. And I literally just thought of this like 2 seconds before I started recording. And yes, I did test it beforehand to make sure that it was pretty good. And there are probably people who can handle this way better than I can. But for now, this is the Battlefront melee class. This is for those people who can't snipe or shoot or do anything like that. Of course, I am incorporating noscoops. Because who doesn't love a good no-scope every so often? I think they really just freshen up everything. Just that, it's like more satisfying than spreading butter. Getting that perfect no-scope. Dying is not as good as that, because, you know, dying... You know, what if I just turn this into a comedy? What if I literally made Machinima, but like for Battlefront 2? I'm just gonna start talking now, understanding that I am doing gameplay on top of this. I really should be recording this on Audacity, but, you know, I decided not to. Unless I end up actually doing that. You might not even hear this audio if I go into Audacity. I actually probably could. I should just get a lot of footage from Battlefront 2 of me doing this. Like, more of the Battlefront 2 melee class. Ha ha ha. Having all fun times. But yeah, this thing can kill heavies. You're invisible on their radar even while firing your weapon, which honestly, it doesn't happen that often. So, that part is kind of overshadowed by the rest of this. Being able to basically be Deadpool, but without the katanas. And also carrying a gigantic sniper. I'm sure some people will like point out all the no scoops. If someone could do that, that'd be epic. Oh dear. He jammed my gun. What am I gonna do? Jam that. Can he jam my melee attacks? That's the only thing that I could see this thing actually being weak against. Because, like, officers can't use one of their star cards against you because it's useless. And it only stops you from no-scoping, and what are the chances of you actually hitting a no-scope? Yeah. So, yeah, no-scope chance is pretty low. And also, you're not supposed to do it that often, because otherwise it'd just be too hard. I mean, too hard for the new players. Not quite as hard for the pro players who are, like, sniping everyone every day. But remembering that this should be used in multiplayer. I mean, you could use it in arcade like I am. I'm just pointing out that you can do this, which is why I'm not doing it in multiplayer. Otherwise, this video would be multiplayer footage, and I would be dying a lot more and not getting the point across. So that's why I'm recording this in arcade mode, because it's a lot simpler. I think I started to get a little bit too focused on no-scopes, so don't do that. Because if you no-scope all the people, then there's nothing to get your health back. It's kind of like Deadpool, except you have to continually kill people in order to activate your regen. And you regenerate 100 health every single time. Without double health, this will be a lot harder to maintain. But I'd just like to point out that this is here. And all these enemies, they're on normal difficulty. I haven't set them lower at all. These enemies are on lower difficulty. They're on normal health. You can try this with pretty much any arcade or multiplayer. You can see how occasionally I'm getting hit but not taking damage. This is just because the regen carries on even if it's overkill healing. So it's like an overheal. So yeah, overheals are a thing and they keep you from taking damage for a bit. Stop. Coming through that door. Notice all the no scoop soup skippity stops. Well, don't want to activate infiltration. Infiltration is evil. At least I think it is. This is how Sniper normally is played. I mean, probably with a lot more skill. Oh dear, I can't no scoop anymore. I'm sorry if you wanted more no scoops. There's your no scoop. There's also your no scoop. And there's, I mean, it wasn't a no scoop because technically it was a headshot, not a headshot, I mean. Okay, that guy was just standing there. Die. Mate. I don't like heavies. I used to play heavy all the time, and then I became smart and played the assault because I found the assault was more fun. And I'm starting to realize that specialist is fun too. I just need to get good. And no class is specifically overpowered. I haven't even made all the other classes yet, but like, for specialists there's a melee opportunity, which is of course what I'm showing off. I think some people will probably say something along the lines of like, oh, this isn't 100% melee because you're using your sniper. Like, come on. The point is, I am able to survive melee conditions when usually, because of the amount of damage dealt by melee, you can't survive that as a specialist. And being able to survive that as a specialist is kind of like being a superhero. Now, I don't think you're going to carry your team with this, but you could. Notice how I was missing all my no scopes a while, like when I first started the video, and now I'm starting to actually get good at them. Because I just noticed that. I find myself always being an accidental hypocrite, and I think that you're asking, why are you saying that you can be an accidental hypocrite? Because accidental hypocrite is when you say that you're, like, you say one thing, and then you do it, and then it's not true for that one time, yet if you do it at any other time, it's great. It's like, I suck at no scooping, but for some reason, And then this video. Like, come on. I suck at no-scoping. I honestly suck at no-scoping. I shouldn't be able to do any of that. Or that. And here I am, recording it. Oof. Alright, so for that one match I got 30,000 battle points. Yeah, they're called battle points. That's kind of abnormal. Considering how long I was... Oh, hello. Free kill. Alright. This would be more impressive if I was... actually good. Oh crap, the spamming is high. Alright, there. Did I just get a kill? I no-scoped a man. Am I supposed to feel bad for no-scooping? Like, I feel bad. And yes, I am calling them no-scoops on purpose, because it's more funny to call them no-scoops. Because you see, they all want a scoop of ice cream, and then you're just like, nah. No scoop. No scoop. Oh crap, melee. Melee for me. Melee. 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 No! No. I got 6,000 battle points that time. It's slightly less than my last one. I'm very leery about changing the cards, because like I could change the weapon card and be like, oh crap, this sucks. Now a real no-scoper would have no-scoped the guy that I just scoped. But yes, I'm a fake no-scooper. Bada boop ba pow. I should probably use the actual video if I want to use memes, but the enigma there is that I don't know about how to actually do that. I am in worse trouble than I started off with. Okay, there we go. That's better. Stop throwing nades. I'm no-scoping too much. I wonder what this video is gonna become more of. Is it gonna become more of a sniper tutorial, or is it gonna be like, you know, what I actually set out to do? I set out to prove that there was a melee class in BF2, and now I'm just starting to devolve the video into meaningless no-scopes because the AI doesn't move like a player does. I mean, this still requires some skill to pull off, it's just not as much skill. Oh dear, you stunned me. Whatever am I going to do? Moonshot, moonshot, moonshot. Too much shot. 10,000. I haven't been able to get up to my 30,000 thing that holy crap, this is becoming one of my longest videos. Let's just go until I defeat this. And then I'll cut the recording and then I'll like edit it. If this even needs editing, I might just upload it. Just throw a grenade right there. That was pretty much pointless. Now I'm gonna walk into it. Alright, because I can't get a pull, because this isn't Twitch or anything like that, I'm just gonna continue doing stuff instead of doing too much of one thing, because I think that might actually get boring. I don't know how to commentate this. This is just really me doing a lot of one thing, which, for any people who do Let's Plays, or anything like that, if you have ever done something really monotonous, try commentating that. You can't. It is impossible to commentate something that is that monotonous if you don't have, like, actual things to talk about. This is ridiculous. You see, I actually thought about doing a Fortnite machinima a long time ago, and I stopped. I was just like, you know what? There are people who are better, and I don't need to pollute that content pool. If someone searches up Fortnite machinima and the first thing that they see is my video, then I'm worried that they might be turned off from all of Fortnite machinima, which I have seen like one video, and it was like, I think it was part 1 of something, and I was like, okay, and I never returned. I think it was like an astronaut that landed on some sort of planet, and it was the Fortnite planet, but he didn't realize that because, I don't know. But yeah, he finds his friend, and then they're on a bridge, and that's the last thing I remember. If you try to no-scope someone 3 times and fail consecutively, don't even try it. Just don't. That's when you have to stop no-scoping. Because you're not getting stuff done. You're not getting the point across that this is a melee class. Now, the assault class has a similar, actually I think identical is the right word. I think it actually has a identical mechanism, except the specialist does it better because of its ability to basically be invisible. Like, I'm not invisible to the enemy right now, I just appear invisible on their scanners. Which is why I'm so overpowered. Oh dear. This is probably the only, this melee class, this melee version of Specialist is probably the only time where no-scoping is bad, and I'm doing no-scopes. It's like, why? Like, I don't need to no-scope, it's not a required thing. But I am. I think anybody can do the amount of no-scopes that I'm doing. It's not that special. I only have to defeat 77 more guys. Of course, at the rate I'm doing it now, this video shouldn't be too much longer. I mean, this video will probably not be my longest video ever, but it's close. We're only 8 minutes away from the original first place for longest video on my channel. We're only 8 minutes away from that. And that was actually, I think it was like the 3rd video I uploaded. It was when I first started doing Casual Noob. It was my Casual Noob #1. It was horrible. I really needed to take that video back and like edit it down. And I could, I just don't want to. It was not the first video on the channel. That was actually how to get a Twilight Drake, in which I spent like 50% of the video looking on the map for special zones because I didn't realize what I was doing. And then I remembered I was supposed to be telling them how to get an easy Twilight Drake, and that's when I stopped. Ah, crap. You know, come to think of it, you could actually re-keybind everything to the point where this melee class is all you play. You could actually keybind it so that your melee attack is bound to your left click. I imagine that being very effective, but also very annoying if anybody else tries to play. Maybe make V like the original melee key. Maybe if you made V your shoot key, then this would probably be more effective. Hey, I got 31,000 instead of 30,000. It's like a 1k increase, which means it's better. Wow. Oh wait, never mind. I forgot that the counter doesn't actually show that very well. I've gained back more seconds and minutes than the amount of time on the video counter. It's 34 minutes. I have around like a 56 second. Yeah, around a 56 second increase. And now it's gonna be messed up because I just got another kill, increasing it by like 5 seconds. And that timer is counting down, by the way. It's not counting up like the YouTube timer. It's counting down, I just happen to get more time on it by getting more kills. Okay, I'm seriously gonna die. Yeah. 3,000. That's only like, I'm saying a lot of one word in this video and it's like. Are you kidding me? This is how Specialist is played. Long hallways. Best environment. How'd I miss it? It was a scope shot too. Now I must regain it by no-scoping. There. Who wants a no-scope montage? I'll probably have to say tough after I say that, because like I don't know how to montage. Ah, no. No, no. Knee. Nah, nah. No. Knee. Nah, nah. No. Nah, nah. Knee. Oh dear. Wait a second. Common sense is typing. I should start meleeing instead of showing off my. Well, just showing off. Reverse snipe. Reverse snipe. That wasn't even a reverse snipe because I forgot how to do stuff. Nope. I rolled the wrong way. Okay. I'm in a position of my mission. No. If only I could come back to life. If only that was actually a thing. Oh, there's 6 more. Alright, who's ready for the no-scopes? You have to be chain no-scopes. I didn't hit like 1 shot and now I'm super sad. Alright, who's ready for that extra satisfying round winning? And now I'm just okay with them walking near me and they're like beating me up and stuff. And I'm like, wow. You know, guys, you all would have been dead if I was able to play. Actually, wait, no, I don't want to play again. Alright, well, try out the melee sniper, everybody. It's interesting. I'd like to move my mouse so that I can cancel the recording, but it's doing a severe case of the loading. So I can't move my mouse at all to cancel this. Okay, there. Mouse control regained. See ya.